Richard, good afternoon. Thank you for coming. Could you tell us your experiences of judging last year and what you thought of the calibre of the work that was presented?
So the invitation to judge was great. Thank you for that. It was a great opportunity to see some fantastic things that overall I would say were really high quality. It was brilliant that all of the judges that were there, myself included, didn't know any of the backstory to the artists. So as we were judging, there were no predetermined ideas about what we were seeing, where it had come from. We were literally judging the piece itself. And the calibre was universally high. There were students, there were professional artists, there were people who were entering maybe for the first time, I believe, and all of it was great. It was very hard to determine winners, so to speak, but the judging criteria made that a little bit straightforward. And between the five of us, I suppose, a mean average was gathered.
Tremendous. This year, very excitingly, we're coming to this wonderful gallery. And again, it will be filled like today with more vibrant paintings. Can you say what you'll be looking out for this time round?
I think it's always interesting to see people who've perfected their craft. Last year, there were fantastic 3D pieces. There were imaginative 3D pieces. And there were things that were pulled together from object trouvé. There was a really wide range of material processes, all of which were clearly very, very considered and very accomplished in the way that they've been put together. So what you're looking for is something that you haven't seen before sometimes, but equally, there are artists who've worked on their skills and their ideas over years, and if they revisit with something that they're particularly proud of, that reflects what they've been doing for a decade, 2 decades, that's great as well. Nothing's off the table. When I'm looking at quality, I'm looking at originality sometimes, and I'm looking at a good idea that might make me smile, might make me laugh, or might make me stop and wonder how it was made. All of those things are pretty important when you're deciding on winners.
Tremendous. And the other side of the coin is this bursary that we're creating. As you know, we hit our first target early last year and raised £2,500. This year, we're hoping certainly to repeat that, if not to have a double. And that is going to be awarded to a young aspiring artist within the community to help them along. How do you feel this could be received within your school, for example?
I think that the challenges that students face across the board, whatever they're deciding to do after the sixth form, are always quite large. And for a student going into the arts particularly, a bursary like this would make the difference between being able to bring their year one visions alive, whilst they're busy trying to buy pot noodles and get by each weekend. They need money for materials. They need the chance to be able to spend on what they're passionate about. And this will make all the difference. And if it was a student who it could make the difference between them going to university and not going to university. It could be life-changing.